whatever, we'll go with it. So this is the story between me and OstrichEggs. The first day I met him, it's probably a year and a half ago. Yeah, my World v World guild expanding, and really wasn't much left for me in this game. So, like most of you, I went on Twitch, checked out the Guild Wars 2 page, and lo and behold, a streamer, by the name of OstrichEggs. And he was the same back then as he was now, drunk and raging at Skyhammer. Now, first tournament I did with Ostrich, after like sniping him solo queue and getting him like, you know, trying to be friends with him, he was a nice guy. Deep down somewhere, he was a nice guy then. And the first tournament we did together was Good Fights Invitational, and it was a team put together last minute. I still remember some of the other people on it. Lord Rail, a thief. Drunk Possum, a warrior. I think they still play, but you don't really see him much around in the PvP scene. Come on, got the UI. And we got utterly destroyed in that tournament by 55 HP monks who came from EU. I remember the opener too. It's the reason why I run 2 stun breaks now. I used to run Signet of Spite, but I got one shot by Thief and Mesmer. That's when I decided to run, you know what? Signet of Spite, not working out for me. I need 2 stun breaks to stay alive, because, you know, target the necro. Then from there, that's when like, people in the scene, I guess, started wanting to play with me. And it was through those connections that I had with OstrichEggs and, like, the people who I guess he introduced me to, or we were able to fight against, started to notice me, and that's when I became popular in esports. And then, some of the bigger tournaments happened. And he really wasn't on an esports team anymore. He was just like that drunk old guy who would always retell his esports back in the day. You know, just sitting by himself, drunk on his rocking chair, on a stream, drunk. Not really doing much in terms of competitive. And the first tournament I played with Ostrich was the TOL 2 or 1. Yeah, the TOL 1 I was with Da Vinci. We lost. We lost that infamous Apex comp. But TOL 2 is when we took that Apex comp and we beat it and we won the TOL 2. And I was really the only one on that team who wanted OstrichEggs on it. I knew he was a good NG. However, that was really the first time where I started to realize that competitively, he doesn't really have that, like, good of a mindset. Like, when we practice, he'd always want to go on his, like, crazy ults. Like the one-shot warrior, kill shot. He doesn't really do much in dip. Much now. He's more of a fresh air kind of guy, I guess. He was just in love with that fresh air, and it was really hard to get him off it. And then the next tournament, TOG, Tournament of Glory, we need an NG. Once again on the team, I was the only one who wanted OstrichEggs on it, really. Because people really didn't like his attitude, I guess. But through convincing, got him on the team, played it, won the TOG. And then came the WTS, where the reason why we disbanded there was because I guess I played with children. Children aren't allowed to go to China because Backpack wasn't over 18, so we couldn't bring him. And that's why we disbanded. So we had to form a new team. And originally it was going to be me, Zeus, and Cade. I think. Pretty sure. Maybe that was for TOG. Anyway, I was with Cade. We were making a team. Cade hated Ostrich so much. So much. Absolutely did not want him on his team. They had history, but I guess the history is ancient enough where I was able to convince Cade to grab OstrichEggs on the team. I always try to make it work with Ostrich and be on a team with him. I was the only one on the team who would ever like vouch for Ostrich. That's all changed now. I don't know why, but now me and OstrichEggs, our personalities just always go clash and clash. He would just rage at every single sentence I would say, and like always think that I'm talking bad about him and want to kick him from the team. And if I ever do say that, I say it like as a joke. Like, oh, you died, you're kicked from the team, you're not good enough, you lost to that so-and-so. And like that sort of thing he would like really take to heart and think I was dead serious. And he would always get mad about that when I would say that to him. And once, I'll tell you a specific moment of where just OstrichEggs being an emotional baby really shined. We were in TS one time and he was like muted, he was like smoking or something. I was talking to Fanta about like the 3v3 team for this EU autumn like 1v1 tournament. Where it's gonna be me, like Fanta and Tex me. That time we weren't sure like the third we wanted. And when Ostrich came back, he came back in the middle of the discussion. I was talking to Fanta about this, and what he heard, he like totally misinterpreted. He thought that what he heard was us talking about like placing, saying that we were getting a Tex-B instead of him. Meanwhile, we were talking about the 3v3 tournament, and he flipped out. He went on a huge rant, got really pissed. I think you're streaming at the time too, and he like was talking to stream saying, "Man, they want to kick me. They're gonna do it, man. I know it." And that was just one of the many moments where OstrichEggs being like extremely emotional, so emotional where it's just ridiculous to deal with. That was the main reason why no one really wanted to play with him on the Absurd, except for me. I really wanted to make it work with Ostrich. I was the only one on the team who wanted to, like, after WTS for PAX event, for the team comp to be me, Wakey, Fanta, OstrichEggs, and Cade, because that's what the original roster was before we found out that me and Cade can go to China. Such a shame. And one of the last conversations I had with OstrichEggs, the first thing went into that TS channel, he said to me was, "You orchestrated the whole event." He couldn't be more wrong. I was the only one who wanted him. He always misinterprets everything I say. I wanted to be friends with him, but I just can't anymore. It's too much, and he has it against me now for whatever reason, because he always misinterprets what I say. And there's one moment that people really love referencing where OstrichEggs' dad isn't in the best of health, and after a game I was talking to OstrichEggs about like gameplay mechanics where he can improve and whatnot, and then he like brings up sort of as an excuse, which is totally valid excuse why like he's not like feeling too good or whatever, his gameplay's off, is that his dad was dying. So I said something like, "That's not important right now, I'm trying to talk to you about these gameplay mechanics, so on and so forth." And he really took that to heart, and he hasn't let it go since that day. Like looking back on it, those were not the right words to say. They really weren't. I even apologized to him, but I apologized too late. And now he has it out against me. Me, who always wanted to be on the team with him. Me, who always talked everyone into being on the team with him. I lost a good friend. No regrets. The NA way. And that pretty much is the OstrichEggs story. The end. The end. The reason why Fana made the team that he did was that he wanted to make like the strongest team in the entire game, and this was the roster he thought he would do it with. And Wakey agreed with him, and like the DDLs have like the big sway in this game, so I kind of had to go along with it, I guess, since I also wanted to play with Fana and Wakey. And yeah, there's also a Cade version of the story where I talk about Cade, but I'll save that one for another day.